everyone, today we're going to be showing you how to install a long-range conversion kit into your TiPx. But before we jump into the installation, I'm just going to let you know what it comes with. First and foremost, you have a 12-round FSR compatible magazine, you have your FSR breech, you have a TCR bolt, and then part of a power tube, drive spring, and then bunch of O-rings and detents and stuff, all the rest of the little bits that you need. The idea behind this whole kit is that A, you can convert your TiPx to be FSR compatible, which is great, and supposedly what we have been told is the bolt and half of the power tube and drive spring are going to give you basically a higher maximum velocity. Those of you that use TiPx's, you probably know that a lot of the times they struggle to get to those like 300 feet per second. So if you are trying to shoot first strikes at like 280 to 300, it can kind of be tough with the TiPx. Apparently this bolt and power tube and spring should make that more doable. Haven't actually tested it myself, so like I hope that's true. But yeah, now we're just going to jump into the installation. So first you want to remove your magazine. Then you want to remove the cap for the CO2 chamber. But you're going to want to leave the barrel in because the barrel is actually going to help keep some of the internals together and stop them from popping out once you take apart the two halves of the clamshell. After that, you just use an Allen key to remove all of the external screws. Once the screws are removed, then you want to just pry apart the two halves of the body. And it's usually easier to start down by the grip. Then just move some of the internals out of the way. So you want to unscrew the barrel from your breech. Set your breech aside. Grab your FSR breech and install however many detents it came with. Screw the barrel into the new breech. And then insert it back into the body. Now we're going to pull the power tube off just so it's a little bit easier to work with. And we're going to remove the top part of the power tube, the bolt guide. Now if it's really tight, you can use a wrench. Now you can use the existing bumper that was already in your TiPx, or you can use the bumper that comes with a long-range kit. They're both the same. Just make sure that there's a bumper installed. And you're going to want to hit it with some silicone grease. Once that's done, you're going to take the new bolt that's included in the long-range kit and just slide it into place. After that, you can use the existing spring that was already in your TiPx, or you can use the one in the long-range kit. They're both the same spring. Now just reinsert the power tube back onto the gas line. Now you just want to line up the little chamber window, make sure they're sitting in the proper spot. And now it's just a matter of reinserting the rest of the internals. It's good to make sure that that O-ring is just flush with the block before reinserting the bolt. And then just make sure everything's lined up properly. When putting the body back together, it does help to hold the block down just to make sure nothing pops out while you're trying to do it. Once the body's back together, it's just a matter of putting the screws back in. And the final step is just reinserting the cap for the 12 gram. And there you have it. Now you have converted your TiPx to be long range. Yeah, so like I said earlier, the idea with the new power tube and the new bolt and stuff like that is it should be better for hitting those higher velocities, and it also should just work with first strikes a little bit better. I don't know if the barrel length might hold you back a little bit. Just in terms of efficiency, it might be a little bit more efficient on your gas in order to use a longer barrel, but honestly, I don't know. Any of you guys out here like have this kit? Because I'm really, really curious if it actually does what it says it does. Like, obviously, it allows it to take first strikes, that much is obvious. But does it give you more velocity? Can you hit those higher velocities easier, or, you know, were you doing that just fine with your regular TiPx? So if anybody has this, I'd love to know the answer to that, so let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.